Hello everyone and welcome to Gardening Mindfully. I'm Zenith and I hope you are having a fantastic day. Some plants love all the full or direct sun they can get in a sunny south-facing window. Today we will talk about one such plant, the Crassula Ovata, commonly known as the jade plant. Now there are over 350 species of the Crassula, but the Ovata is the most common. Keep your jade plant in a sunny location and it will absolutely love it. It will also reward you with its succulent foliage and grace your home with its beauty. In many areas in the world, and also here in the US, the jade plant is grown as a shrub or a small tree out in the landscape. In California, in the San Diego area, I've seen where it is sculpted and to where you see a distinct trunk and the thick stems almost looks like branches, and they grow freely out in the landscape, much like we grow azaleas here in the South. So it's a very, very durable plant depending on what your location is. For us here in Zone 8A, we grow the jade plant indoors as a house plant, and we have it basking in the sunlight in a sunny window, and they absolutely love it. The jade plant is not only beautiful, but is said to invite good luck and good fortune. So can you imagine having this in your home and inviting even more good luck and good fortune into your home? This is a winner of a plant. The jade plant got its name because of the thick, fleshy, shiny leaves are often jade colored. So it's almost like a jade green color. The leaves are thick, as I said, fleshy, and they're almost like a tear shape, wedge shape, or oval, depending on the maturity of the leaves. So you'll notice this one is more of a oval shape. Look at this one, you see the different shapes of the leaves. So it can be a wedge shape, an oval shape, or even a tear shape. And the stems are thick. Look at how, and that's the reason why they're able to sometimes bonsai these, or they can go in, lace them out, and trim them up into a small tree. And if you've ever been to the San Diego area, they are everywhere and they perform beautifully in that area. And you'll know exactly why when we talk about care and maintenance. So the jade plant is a wonderful plant. Not only is it beautiful, it has the good structure that you can use to bonsai or to create it into a tree or a shrub. And it's very, very easy to propagate. And the name Crassula means thick stem in Latin. So you'll notice how thick the stem is. So Crassula means thick stem, and that's how it got its name. Now the jade plant is native to South Africa and to Mozambique, and they prefer soil that's gritty, dry, semi-arid. So that tells you the type of soil that it will need and the growing condition for your jade plant. And this is a plant that I started about 2 years ago. So now let's go ahead and talk about care and maintenance. Regarding light, Your jade plant requires at least 4 hours of full sun, and that's direct sun. So that sunny south-facing window is ideal. Your jade plant will also thrive in less than 4 hours of direct sun. The only difference is the leaves will be more of a darker jade. When it does receive a lot of light, you'll notice that it has like a red tinge at the edge of the leaves. I'm not sure I can pick that up with this lighting, but the edge of the leaves will have a red tinge to it, and that's how you know that it's getting a lot of sunlight. Another thing you can do if your home gets dusty and there's dust on the leaves, it's okay to take a damp rag and just wipe the dust off the leaves of your jade plant. Now let's talk about water. Jade plants are drought tolerant. And remember, we talked about the fact that they are native to areas that's very gravelly, very arid. They don't require a lot of water at all. So deep watering every 2 to 4 weeks is ideal for your jade plant. You may also water from the bottom. And this pot does have a drainage hole. I don't, however, water from the bottom of this particular plant because there's still room to where I can get the spout of my watering can to water from the top. So I do water from the top. Again, it doesn't require a lot of water. And when you think about the soil, there's soil for cactus and other succulents. But for me, what I do with my house plants, no matter which plant it is, I prefer to use my Miracle-Gro potting mix, which is a well-draining soil. So the reason you're using a cactus mix or a succulent mix is because it has a lot of grit that will allow the water to freely drain. But you can also be successful with any well-draining soil, which is what I use. So your jade plant does not like to sit in water because it may get root rot. So, you know, well-draining soil where the water can freely pass through the soil, and then you discard that water that's in the saucer so your plant is not sitting in the water. Now let's talk about fertilizing. Generally, I don't fertilize my succulents. I just don't. But if you would like to fertilize your jade plant, a well-rounded, balanced fertilizer is ideal, and I would do that sparingly. So I would probably, if I was to fertilize my jade plant, would to fertilize them in the growing months. So mid-spring to mid-fall would be ideal. How do you propagate a jade plant or a Crassula Ovata? Simply by plucking a leaf or a piece of the stem. So you can get a piece of the stem, see where that joint is, just below that joint, and just place it in some dry soil, water it sparingly, and you'll have a brand new plant. I started this plant last summer from a leaf from this plant. So I took a leaf from this plant and I started this plant. So here I'm almost ready to uppot this plant. In a few months I'll uppot it into a bigger pot. So it's very, very easy to propagate your jade plant. Now, do they flower? Yes. With the right conditions, your jade plant will flower, and the blooms are tiny, dainty little flowers, and they tend to be white or pink. I've mostly seen the white. I haven't really seen a pink, but they are just small, dainty, beautiful, beautiful flowers. So what's the takeaway from growing a Crassula Ovata or a jade plant? A jade plant is very easy to grow and to maintain. They don't require a lot of watering. Actually, they're very drought tolerant because they're a succulent. And a succulent means that they hold water and nutrients in their stem. And they prefer to go dry in between waterings. So they can almost dry out completely before you're required to water them. They don't need to be fertilized, or if you do plan on fertilizing, I would fertilize sparingly during the growing months. It is very hard to kill a jade plant and they propagate easily. So yes, anyone can grow a jade plant, an experienced or a beginner gardener. So if you're thinking, I don't have a green thumb, I kill every plant, I don't have time for any house plants, the jade plant is your plant. It is very hard to kill, and they will reward you with the thick, lush, beautiful jade green colored leaves. And they are said to bring a lot of good luck and good fortune, and who does not need that? We all need more good luck and more good fortune. So I say, let's plant, let's grow, let's have more jade plant. If you have not already subscribed to Gardening Mind Group, we hope that you'll consider subscribing. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you in another video. Happy gardening.